question, do you think NASA should invest money for a robotic vehicle?
Yes, I think NASA should invest money for this kind of vehicle because this machine is very useful in the disaster. For example, there was a nuclear accident in the Japan in the few years ago.
Hmm.
In this case, the robotic machine can do many things instead of human because human couldn't go there, of course.
Hmm. Yeah, that sounded good. So let's go ahead and just try that one more time.
Yeah.
So, but all the different pieces. I like the way you said we need a robotic vehicle in disasters, and then we go into, for example, a few years ago, Japan had a nuclear accident. It just flows much better when we say the example is this. Um, so, do you think NASA should invest money for this kind of vehicle?
Yes, I think NASA should invest money for this kind of vehicle. We need a robotic in disaster. For example, Japan had a nuclear accident a few years ago. In this case, the many robotic machines can do many things because instead of human, because human couldn't go there, of course.
Hmm. And you know what? Let's also model it like the way they're doing it. So instead of saying yes, I think NASA should invest money in a robotic vehicle, the reason is because we're kind of repeating ourselves in right here. So they need a robotic vehicle in disasters, for example, right? So the way that we can switch this is we can say something like, yes, I think let's see. I think robotics will be, I think robotic essential.
Essential.
We can say something like this in the future. That's supposed to be future. So yes, I think in the future, right? I think robotic vehicles will be very
Essential.
essential in the future. We
Okay.
need robotic vehicles in disasters. For example, the nuclear accident in Japan.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go ahead and try this one more time. So do you think NASA should invest money in this kind of vehicle?
Yes, I think robotic vehicles will very essential in the future. We need robotic in disaster. For example,
Oh, hang on for a second. So there's a couple things we want to get that word "be" in there, and then also remember, robotic is an adjective, so we need a noun. So we need the word robotic vehicles, and then we got in disasters.
okay,
Okay, so from the beginning, one more time.
okay. Yes, I think robotic vehicles will be very essential in the future. We need robotic vehicles in disaster. For example, Japan had a nuclear accident a few years ago. In this case, many robotic machines can do many things instead of human because human couldn't go there, of course.
That sounded that sounded great. Now let's try to find another information and then talk about how it's beneficial to another good reason for NASA to invest. So we talked about moving sideways. I mean, that could be very beneficial for crowded cities, right? Um, Battery that's fully charged, that could be that we don't need to rely on gasoline, right?
Yeah.
Fossil fuels, less pollution, right? So that could be another benefit. It's slow. I don't know if there's a good benefit for that. Remote control, well, remote control robotic, it's similar. I think the best one is going to be uh, it can move very easily. That's a good benefit.
Yeah.
And then using a battery, not gasoline.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we want to do is create a second reason. So this was the first reason,
Yeah.
and the second reason why NASA should invest money into this kind of vehicle.
Another reason is that this vehicle is operated by battery. That means there are no emission. Is it right? There are no emissions.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it is environment. Is it right?
Yes.
Eco friendly vehicle.
Eco-friendly. Yep.
Yeah,
Both are correct. So we could say
friendly vehicle.
eco-friendly, and then just in case, I'll also plug in this word. This is a tricky word. Environmentally.
Okay.
Okay, so let's try this part one more time. So, what is the second reason that NASA, why, or I guess, what is the second reason?
The second, the second reason is that the vehicle was operated by battery. This means there is no emission. Is it right?
Well, it depends. Well, to be a little bit technical, if you
Yeah.
say emissions, this means we're going to say there are. This means there are no
No
emissions,
emission.
right?
Yeah, there are not emissions.
Well, not there are not. You want to say
Ah,
there
there are
are
no.
no.
Okay, there are no emissions.
Mhm.
Because okay. The second reason is that this vehicle is eco-friendly vehicle because the vehicle is operated by battery, so there are no emissions.
Nice job. That sounded really good. I like the way you talked about this first, connected it with battery, and then finally no emissions. So that sounded really convincing. So how about explaining that way one more time?
The the second reason is that this vehicle is eco-friendly because the vehicle is operated by battery, so there are no emissions.
Hmm. Okay. And one thing that we need is a closing sentence. Closing sentence. Closing sentence.
So I hope that NASA so I hope that will invest NASA will invest many kind of vehicle such as this vehicle,
Hmm.
right?
And that's what we'll invest in.
Many
Um,
kind of
many many kinds of vehicle. This part is correct, right? Vehicles, and we'll say which are similar to this.
which are similar to this. Okay.
And so when we say this word this, that's talking about this
Okay.
robotic vehicle. Okay, so let's go ahead and try 3 and 4 one more time.
Okay. The second reason is that this vehicle is eco-friendly vehicle because the car is operated by battery, so there are no emissions. So I hope that NASA will invest many kinds of vehicles which are similar to this.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're ready to answer this question using 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to put it all together. So we
Okay.
have questions. Do you think NASA? Well, let's first. Well, we had a chance to read about NASA, and as you know, NASA is thinking about investing money into future robotic vehicles. Do you think this is a good way for NASA to invest its money?
Yes, I think robotic vehicles will be very essential in the future. Uh, we need robotic vehicles in disaster. For example, Japan had a nuclear accident in the past. In this case, in this accident, many robotic machines can do many things instead of human because human couldn't go there approach. In addition, this vehicle is eco-friendly vehicle because the vehicle is operated by battery, so there are no emissions. So I hope that NASA will invest many kinds of vehicles which are similar to this.
Mm-hmm. Nice job.
Okay.
Okay, so we had a chance to practice this type of question, and we're almost finished with our lesson for today. Now, tomorrow,
Yeah.
I had a chance to get the Hip to Young
Yeah.
for September.
Okay.
So tomorrow we're gonna go into this book, the Hip to Young,
Yes.
and we'll be looking at the first story, which is about a semester. So
Semester. Okay.
university, school, semester. So we'll be doing that for reading practice. And tomorrow we'll also go ahead and do another practice. But it'll be same as this question. Another, do you think about something? And it's a yes, no, agree, disagree, and then with examples. And maybe actually, tomorrow might be a good way to do a disagree, right? No, I don't agree with this, and then you explain and provide reasons.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna come out of screen share on that note. So you have a nice evening tonight, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Alrighty, bye.
Thank you.
Mhm.